Good afternoon, members. It's the appointed time and we have a quorum. I call to order the meeting. Item 1 on the agenda, matters arising. The Chief Secretary asked me to convey his gratitude to the various panels which conducted joint study visits with various bureaux to mainland cities during the summer recess. These visits served to actively promote exchanges, collaboration, and policy harmonization between Hong Kong and mainland cities and speed up Hong Kong's integration into national development. The Chief Secretary pointed out that after the delivery of the policy address, different bureau and officers will brief the relevant panels on the content of the policy address. He thanks members for their invaluable views and suggestions expressed during the consultation on the policy address. He hopes that members will support the policy address and work together with the administration for the well-being of the people and the development of our economy to contribute to the development of the country. The Chief Secretary also mentioned that before the end of the 2025 LegCo session, the LegCo general election will have to be held. To allow members ample time to deliberate on legislative proposals, he has reminded all policy bureaus to introduce bills to LegCo as early as possible. I responded that we are more than happy to communicate with the administration on legislative proposals anytime. We will support the legislative work of the government the best we could. Item 2 on the agenda, Legal Service Division reports on subsidiary legislation. Today there are 15 items of subsidiary legislation. The first one, subsidiary legislation gazetted on the 4th of October 2024. LC paper number LS52/2024. This report covers one item of subsidiary legislation. Legal advisor, please take us through the item briefly. Madam Chair, this is legal notice 121 is to revise the rate of interest payable on tax reserve certificates from 0.8833% per annum to 0.8% per annum. The notice has come into operation on the date of gazetted, that is the 4th of October this year. We have not identified any legal and drafting issues for this item. Thank you. Members, do you wish to form a subcommittee on the LN? If so, please raise your hand. No? So we move on to the next batch of subsidiary legislation. Legal advisor, please continue to look into this item. Subsidiary legislation gazetted on the 10th of October 2024. LC paper number LS53/2024. This report covers 14 items of subsidiary legislation. Legal advisor, please. Thank you, Madam Chair. I will first report on LNs 122 to 129. These 8 and legal notices have to do with maritime legislation. This is mostly to revise the geographical coordinates that's having regard to the World Geodetic System format. And then also there are relevant other amendments such as amending the definition of radio regulations, and also on survey of certain ships and issue of safety certificates and the prescribed fees. And then for the Tuen Mun ferry terminal, as the ferry passenger ferry services have ceased, this terminal is to be removed from the reference schedule. So please refer to the report for details. The panel on economic development was consulted in December 2023 on the various items, and they in general supported the proposals. Now, most of these LNs 122 to 129 come into operation on the 6th of December 2025. The Legal Service Division made an inquiry with the administration on the different commencement period of CAP 369BG and LN 123. Please refer to paragraph 4 for the details. Otherwise, we have not identified any legal and drafting issues, and the administration has already responded to our inquiry. Thank you. Members, do you wish to form a subcommittee on the 8 legal notices? If so, please raise your hands. If not, legal advisor, please. Next, legal notice 130. This is to amend the preservatives in food regulation to keep local food safety standards on par with international standards. The main amendments include amending the definitions of preservative and antioxidant, updating the schedule on permitted food additives, and also amending the terminology and so on. Please refer to paragraph 13 for the details of the amendments. The panel on food safety and environmental hygiene was consulted in May and last year and June this year. Members in general supported the proposals. The LN 130 comes into operation on the 30th of December 2024, but there will be a 6 months transitional period. We have not identified any legal and drafting issues. Thank you. On LN 130, members who wish to form a subcommittee, so please raise your hands. No, please continue then. Next is LN 131. This is to declare the Low Pan Temple in Carl and Kennedy Town and the residence of Ten Pak Kau in Campton as historical buildings, so they will become declared monuments. The effect is that if excavation, building works, and demolition must only be carried out after a permit has been granted. The LN comes into operation came into operation on the date of gazetted. That's the 10th of October. We have not identified any legal or drafting issues. Thank you. On LN 131, members, do you wish to form a subcommittee to consider items? So please raise your hands. Mr. Dennis Leung, Mr. Lam Chan saying we need 3 members, and Mr. Michael Luk. So clerk, please circulate papers, invite members to join the subcommittee. Legal advisor, please continue. Next, LM 132. This is a commencement notice. This is to appoint the 1st of January next year as the date of commencement of parts 3 and 5 of the Banking Capital Amendment Rules 2023. The rule was gazetted in December last year. Is to bring into effect certain revised capital standards under the Basel III reform. Apart from parts 3, 4, and 5, the amendment rules came into operation on the 1st of April this year. For parts 3 and 5, they have to do with risk, credit risk, output floor, operational risk, sovereign concentration risk, market risk, and credit valuation adjustment risk. As for part 4, which has to do with haircut floors for securities financing transactions, it will come to operation at a later date by gazetted. Members could refer to paragraphs 22 to 24 of the report for details. The panel on financial affairs was briefed on the implementation date in February. The members raised no objection, and we've not identified any legal or drafting issues. Thank you, Legal Advisor. On LN 132, members, do you wish to form a subcommittee? If so, please raise your hands. If not, please continue, Legal Advisor. Next is LN 133. It's also a commencement notice. It's to appoint the 6th of December this year as the day on which the Land Compulsory Sale for Redevelopment Amendment Ordinance 2024 comes into operation. Members will recall that the bill was passed in July this year, and it's to lower the thresholds for an application for compulsory sale of a lot and to streamline the determination of a compulsory sale application by the Lands Tribunal. We have not identified any legal or drafting issues with this LN. So that's my report on this item. Members, do you wish to form a subcommittee on LN 133? If so, please raise your hands. Mr. Dennis Leung. Any other members, please? Members, do you wish to form a subcommittee? Any other members, please? No? Then Mr. Dennis Leung, You can follow up on the LN through other channels. We could give you assistance if necessary. Legal advisor, please. Next is LN 134. Is to revise the statutes of the University of Hong Kong to add 2 bachelor's degrees, 9 master's degrees, and a new Chinese degree title of a master's degree. Members could refer to paragraphs 30 and 31 of the report for details. The panel on education was not consulted on this LN. The LN comes into operation on the 6th of December this year. We have not identified any drafting or legal issues with this LN. Thank you, Legal Advisor. On LN 134, members, you wish to form a subcommittee? If so, please raise your hands. No? Legal Advisor, please. Thank you, Madam Chair. The last item of subsidiary legislation, LN 135, is to amend the pharmacy and poisons regulations to add new substances to the reference schedules. The effect is that there will be restrictions on the sale, supply, labeling, and storage of these new substances. The panel on health services was not consulted. Most of the provisions came into operation on the date of gazetted, that's the 10th of October. But as for the sections related to injectable glutathione products, these sections will come to operation on the 10th of April next year. We have not identified any legal and drafting issues with this LN. Members who wish to form a subcommittee to consider LN 135, if so, please raise your hands. No? Then, if I may remind members, the deadline for amending these items of subsidiary legislation is the council meeting of the 13th of November or the 4th of December if extended by resolution. Item 3, business for the council meeting of the 23rd of October, next Wednesday. The latest agenda includes questions, two government bill resuming second reading debate, that's Rating Amendment Bill 2024, Shipping Legislation, Use of Fuels, and Miscellaneous Amendments Bill 2024. The two bills committees made report already to previous housing committee. And a government motion, proposed resolution under the Hotel Accommodation Tax Ordinance to be moved by the Secretary for Financial Services and the Treasury. And there are also 2 members' motions carried forward from previous council meetings. These are motions without legislative effect. The first is motion on actively developing land and optimizing land use to promote the development of the economy and industries to be moved by Mr. Tony Chair, and motion on following up on measures for new migrant talents to integrate into Hong Kong to be moved by Mr. Shanghai Long. Item 4, business for the council meeting of the 30th of October 2024. A, questions. The list of members given slots is already uploaded to our website. B, government bills. The first reading and second reading debate to be adjourned. 1, Inland Revenue Amendment Tax Deductions for Leased Premises Reinstatement and Allowances for Buildings and Structures Bill 2024. And 2, Waste Disposal Amendment Bill 2024. The House Committee will consider the 2 bills at our meeting on the 1st of November. C, government motion. No notice has been received yet. D, members' motion. Ms. Maggie Chan's motion on examining and reviewing the control of obscene and indecent articles ordinance, encouraging and promoting public education and publicity on building up good family values, family education, and family tradition. The motion was originally scheduled for the council meeting of the 17th of July. The wordings of the motion have been uploaded to our website. At this meeting, Mr. Tan Kar-pil was given a slot to move a motion, but before the deadline of giving notice, he decided to withdraw his motion. Therefore, at this council meeting, we will only consider one member's motion with not intended with legislative effect. Item 5, report of Bills Committees and Subcommittees. Report of the Bills Committee on Hong Kong Institute of Qualified Environmental Professionals Bill, LC paper number CB bracket 11329/2024. I invite the chairman of the Bills Committee, Mr. Chen Xiu-hong, to report. Madam Chair, the Hong Kong Institute of Qualified Environmental Professionals Bill is introduced by Dr. Lo Wai Kwok and seeks to grant the Hong Kong Institute of Qualified Environmental Professionals, the Institute, the status of a legally recognized organization. The Bills Committee has held 2 meetings and has also invited written views from the public on the bill. The key issues considered by the Bills Committee include the work objectives and plans, and also the constitution and bylaws of the Institute, the powers that it may exercise, the membership and professional conduct of its members, and so on. Members support the bill in principle, as it will make clearer the status of the Institute as a professional body that will in turn help to promote the development of the environmental profession in Hong Kong. Members suggested that the Institute should keep up its effort to enhance its accreditation system, establish mutual recognition of professional organizations with professional qualifications with other organizations, and so on. After considering members' views, Dr. Lo Wai Kwok will move some textual amendments to the bill. The Bills Committee and the administration have no objection and will not move any amendments to the bill. The Bills Committee has completed the scrutiny of the bill. Dr. Lo Wai Kwok plans to resume the second reading debate on the bill at the Council meeting of the 30th of October. The Bills Committee and the administration have no objection to its plan. The details of the deliberations of the bill are set out in the report. The House Committee is invited to note the report. Thank you, Mr. Chen Xiu-hong. Dr. Lo Wai Kwok.
Madam Chair, I proposed this members' bill. I think this is an honor in my political career as a LegCo member. With the help of Mr. Chen Xiu-hong and Mr. Tang Fei, the Vice Chairman of this Bills Committee, we had a serious scrutiny of the bill, and the scrutiny made the bill more comprehensive. As mentioned by the Chairman just now, there will be some proposed amendments. I hope that as the second debate is resumed in the Council meeting on the 30th of October, I'll be able to bring some insights to members about this bill. I hope that there can be good development of the green industry in Hong Kong for those young people who'd like to join as professionals in this industry. There will be paths for them as well. There being no particular views from members, the second reading debate of this bill will be resumed at the Council meeting of the 30th of October. The deadline for giving notice of any committee stage amendments is Monday, the 21st of October. Agenda item 6, position on Bills Committees and Subcommittees. As at Thursday, October the 17th, there are in action 4 Bills Committees, 8 subcommittees under the House Committee, and 3 subcommittees on policy issues under panels. On the waiting list, there are currently 3 subcommittees on policy issues. They are waiting to get started. Agenda item 7. Report of the delegation of the panel on health services on its duty visit to the hospitals of Tier 3 Class A in mainland cities of the Greater Bay Area, LC paper number CB bracket 3734/2024.
And I invite the chairman of the panel and the head of the delegation, Ms. Rebecca Chen, to speak. Thank you. Madam Chair, the delegation of the panel on health services together with the government delegation conducted a duty visit to 2 Tier 3 Class A hospitals in June this year, namely the Zhongshan Chen Xin Hai Hospital of Integrated Traditional Chinese and Western Medicine and the University of Hong Kong Shenzhen Hospital. Members and officials were able to learn firsthand the standards and medical services and facilities of these hospitals, the implementation of the Elderly Health Care Voucher Greater Bay Area EHCV GBA pilot scheme, as well as other ways to further promote cross-boundary healthcare collaboration. The delegation expresses high appreciation of the facilities and services of the two hospitals, in particular their excellence in innovative medical technologies, integrated traditional Chinese medicine, Chinese Western medicine, and so on. The delegation proposes that Hong Kong should learn from their successful practices and further enhance the quality of local healthcare services. In addition, the delegation stresses the importance of expanding the EHCV GBA pilot scheme and enhancing cross-boundary medical cooperation. More Hong Kong residents can then benefit from the quality healthcare services in the GBA. The aims are to shorten patients' waiting time, reduce healthcare expenditure, and enhance the quality of life of the elderly in Hong Kong. The details of the activities and so on are set out in the report. Members are invited to note the report. Thank you. If members have no other views, please note the report. The report will be submitted to the Reference Policy Bureau for their consideration.
Agenda item 8. Report of the delegation of the panel on housing on its duty visit to Zhuhai and Shenzhen, LC paper number CB bracket 11331/2024. I now invite the chairman as well as the leader of the delegation, Mr. Stanley Ng, to give us a report. Mr. Ng. Madam Chair, the delegation of the panel on housing visited Zhuhai and Shenzhen on the 21st and 22nd of July this year to learn about the application of the MIC, Modular Integrated Construction Technology, in the housing development projects on the mainland, and how such technology in large-scale public housing projects helps create a high-quality living environment for residents. The delegation visited the factory of Guangdong Hailun Construction Technology Company Limited in Zhuhai, the workers' dormitory in the 5.0 industrial new space in Fushan, and sites of the two public housing projects, Guangqiao Yayuan and Phoenix Yinhui Town in Guangming District, Shenzhen. Through visiting the factory that manufactures MIC modules, the delegation gained a better understanding of how such technology helps enhance the quality of housing production and speed up the construction process. The delegation thinks that the experience of Zhuhai and Shenzhen in planning and implementing public housing projects and community facilities, in particular the use of the MIC method and green technology, can serve as a reference for Hong Kong and help facilitate the discussion between members and the government on how to create a better living environment for public housing tenants in Hong Kong. The details and observations of the visit are set out in the report submitted by the delegation. Would members of this committee please take note of it? Thank you, Mr. Ng. If there are no particular views from members, please take note of the report. This report will be sent to the relevant Policy Bureau for consideration. Agenda item 9, AOB. Nothing under AOB. Meeting adjourned.